Good morning. This is Ron Brown again. It's 7:42 a.m. on September 28th, 2019. I'm going to discuss a technique that I came up with this week, and it has something to do with what I call my fractal layout, where we see three different time frames: monthly, weekly, and daily. And I started thinking about how we can find stocks that are not so volatile in this very volatile market environment, because that's what really kills you if you're playing. If you're not playing, obviously it doesn't affect your capital or your decision making. But well, let me get into it. I'm not going to discuss the market. The market's extremely choppy. If you don't know what you're doing and are not a short-term trader, it's probably a good market to stay away from. What I have here is my canaries folder. This is in my market analysis user group. By the way, I've updated the market analysis user groups this morning for those of you who are Insider Club members, and I'm down here in this folder right here. Canaries. These are stocks that everybody pays attention to in the market. These are the tech stocks that so much focus is put upon. And what I'm going to show you is something I came up with this week that maybe will help us find stocks that are not so much in the news but are yet very good performers. You can see Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Nvidia, Alibaba, Alphabet, Amazon, Netflix, and Tesla. I'm just going to quickly run through these charts. This is Apple, and you can see that it's been a good performer, but it's had its ups and downs on the monthly and weekly charts. But look at it on the daily chart. I mean, you really have to be patient or have nerves of steel to trade this stock because there's so much activity in it. It's extremely volatile. Microsoft announced a buyback this week, I believe. So some people bought it here. There was talk on some of the boards about Microsoft's breaking out. Time to buy it. Well, look what happens with it. That technique just does not seem to work very well in this market environment. Here's Facebook. Monthly, weekly, and daily charts. It's been up around 208, and it's all the way down here to around 177. You can see that these are very nerve-wracking stocks to be holding. Nvidia, been all over the place. Look at the weekly chart here after earnings last time. This anybody who held this stock took a tremendous hit. Now it's rebounding, of course, and trying to work its way higher, but I'm just really looking at the chart patterns right now. Here's Alibaba, very loose on the daily chart, loose on the weekly also. Here's Google, weekly charts loose. You can see that it really gapped up here on earnings, but that didn't last. Now it's worked its way back up into that area. Amazon, I'll go through these quickly, see what's happening with Amazon. Netflix has lost its luster. Weekly chart's extremely loose. The daily chart is tight, but going in the wrong direction. And then, of course, we have Tesla, which is all over the place. Now, let me show you what I came up this week. I started... I wasn't quite sure how to do it. I wanted to do it with a filter, but that was impossible. So what I ended up doing was I'm going with a combo rank. Now, this is kind of a two-part process because, first of all, I want to start with stocks that are strong. So high relative strength stocks. I'm going to go into the smart groups. I'm going under Woodward and Brown. I'm going to go to leaders, raw relative strength, raw group rank. This is based upon a combo. It just takes the top 100 stocks. Now I'm going to go into By the way, if you're a member of the Insider Club, just update your add-on and you'll find this. I'm going to go to the number 11 folder, fractals, fans, up and down. So these stocks are in a fan, and I'm going to concentrate on the long side. I'm just going to go to number 1. And I'm sorted on raw combo. Now these are stocks that a lot of people don't pay any attention to. And they're not glamour stocks by any means, but if you follow this process now and in the future, I'm hoping that this gives you or gives us other options to find trades. Now, the top stock based upon the 100-day historical volatility being low, and you can see if you look over at this column right here, the lowest numbers are on top, and as I go down, the numbers get higher, and I'm in the leaders raw relative strength raw combo group. So if I go down to the bottom, the most volatile stocks based upon the historical volatility 100-day will be at the bottom of the list. Now there's 49 of these stocks within the leaders raw relative strength group. I'm going to go to another view here in a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and make a group of this. I'm going to eliminate the other 51 stocks in this group. So I'm going to hit my alternate G key, and I'll call these low vol high RS stocks. Remember, these stocks on the daily chart have to be in the fan up position. In other words, the moving averages have to be lined up. I'll show you that here in a minute as soon as this group is made. Okay, I'm just going to go up to my daily charts under the IR charts, and I'll bring up a standard view here. Now this is still Tesla. I do not want Tesla. I want Intergy Corp. And you can compare this chart to the charts that we've been looking at before, and you can see how strong this chart is, how many opportunities there were to get into this strongly trending chart. You can see the pullback. This 3 down through the 6 here. It's set up again coming off of the 18. Multiple times it did that. This is after it went into the fan mode, which actually happened right about here, it looks like, where all of the moving averages line up. The 200, the 100, the 50, and the 18. And when that happens, that's when the fan begins. And it looks like that was down around the 87 level, something like that. And it's currently trading up around 118. So I'm going to reduce this. I'm going to go back to my original daily chart, my fractal chart, and you can see that it's smooth here in a strong uptrend on the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. And once these stocks get into that mode of being where the fan up is created and the volatility remains low, these are the type of stocks I'm looking for with this combination of filter and combo. And it's a 100-day historical volatility combo. In other words, I'm looking for low volatility stocks. You can see that a lot of these have strong accumulation. The stocks with the lowest volatility are at the top of the list. And I'm just going to flip through some of these where we've already looked at ETR. Let's look at Cincinnati Financial. You can see nice, strong, trending charts. Arch Capital Group. In the PC Insurance Group. Monthly, weekly, daily. Okay, here's Terraform Power, which is in the power generation group. This is a stock that fell out of favor, but it's starting to trend again on the monthly. The weekly looks good. It's gone recently from well, recently this is early 19 from around the 10 area or 11 area, and it's up to 18. Had a pullback here. Here's the daily chart. Lots of opportunities to get in. Base side. Here's the expansion. Here's contraction. It's expanding again. This one's not quite as nice as you can see. It hasn't been public for too many years. It's a little bit looser, but the further I go down the list, the higher the historical volatility is. But just if you just flip through these, keep going down, you will find some stocks that are looking very good. See, it's a looser here on the monthly and the weekly, but the daily looks pretty good here until the last few days, falling under market pressure. Here's Martin Marietta. Let's look at this. Strong move up on the monthly. The weekly looks very good here, and the daily opportunities to get into the stock. Yeah, it's an expensive stock, no question about it. Cintas, as I get down the list, you can see the historical volatility is going up. Monthly chart looks good. Weekly chart getting a little choppy, and the daily chart is very choppy throughout this period. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom of the list. Lynette. And you can see as I get down here, the historical volatility is up to 112, and you can see the monthly charts loose and ugly, as is the weekly chart. And here's the daily chart. It made a pretty nice move here, but it's choppy. So the way to use this is to look at it at night and look for opportunities to get into these stocks. Look for historical volatility that is low, because the lower the volatility, the less choppiness you're going to have. Now I want to show you one more thing, and I'm going to end this video. I'm going to release it, turn off the combo, and I'm going to go to a different view. I'll clear this. I'm going to go up to my top-down views. I'm going to click on percentage return beginning of the year, and I removed the combo because I want these to stay in order. And you can see that these stocks, if you look down this column right here, you can see that these stocks have performed very well over the past year, and a lot of them have done it without the stress of being in stocks that are followed by an awful lot of people. So this is something to play with. It's a brand new concept that I came up with this week, and I wanted to share it with everybody. I'm posting this on YouTube, but I'm also going to give you a direct link for the Insider Club members if you want to download this stock. So make sure you update your add-on to get this new view. Well, it's not a new view. It's under fractals. I just modified what I was doing. I changed the combo to help us find stocks that are not quite so volatile when you go to the top of the, or work from the top of the list. I'll go back down here, because the volatility is lower. That's it. Thank you for listening.